What's cooking in Maharashtra? Our friends turned foes, BJP and the Shiv Sena walking towards becoming friends again. Back-to-back statements by Devendra Fadnavis and then by Sanjay Raut have sparked speculation of a Maha realignment. Sanjay Raut, in fact, compared the BJP Sena ties to the Amir Khan-Kiran Rao relationship, saying the former allies are not enemies. Is the Maha Vikas Aghadi government said to be quaked by this newfound bromance? Our Mumbai bureau with our lead story.
कि हम क्या भारत पाकिस्तान है, हिंदुस्तान पाकिस्तान नहीं है ना ये। आप देखो आमिर खान और किरण राव रास्ते अलग हो गए लेकिन दोस्त हैं, बोला ना वैसे है ये।
That is Shiv Sena MP Sanjay Raut describing the love-hate relationship between the Shiv Sena and the BJP. Since the formation of the Maharashtra Vikas Aghadi government, there has always been speculation of the Shiv Sena returning to its old ally. The rumour mills got a new life with Maharashtra CM Uddhav Thackeray's Delhi visit on June 8th, ostensibly to raise the Maratha quota issue. Thackeray's meeting with Prime Minister Narendra Modi lasted almost 40 minutes. And the Maharashtra Chief Minister's comments after the meeting became the talk of the town.
आज राजनीतिक रूप में देखें तो हम उनके साथ नहीं हैं, लेकिन इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि हमारा रिश्ता टूट गया है। मैंने कल भी बात कही थी, मेरे एक साक्षात्कार में शायद लोकसत्ता ने लिया था तब, तो इसमें कोई गलत बात नहीं है कि मैं अगर मिलूं, मैं कोई नवाज शरीफ से नहीं मिलने गया था, तो ऐसे अगर उनको कुछ मिले, मैं एक व्यक्तिगत रूप में मिलूं, अगर मैं मिल भी लूं, आज भी अभी मेरे साथी हैं उनको कहूँगा कि मुझे दोबारा जाकर मिलना है, तो गलत बात क्या है उसमें?
Political pundits at that time speculated that the PM-CM talks were in response to another one, a mystery meet between Sharad Pawar and Amit Shah in Ahmedabad just a month before.
Even though NCP has clarified it many times that there was no meeting happened between Sharad Pawar and Amit Shah in Ahmedabad, Uddhav Thackeray, it seems, is not ready to believe it. And he wants to send a strong message that it's not only Pawar, but even he shares a good relations with the BJP top brass despite what happened in 2019 between Shiv Sena and BJP.
The demand for Sena-BJP reunion came first from Shiv Sainik MLA Pratap Sarnaik. The MLA suggested a Sena-BJP alliance will stop harassment from central agencies. Incidentally, Sarnaik is facing an ED probe in 2 cases.
राज्याच्या संघर्षामध्ये काही लोकप्रतिनिधींचा जो बळी जातोय त्यामध्ये एक प्रताप सरनाईक आहे आणि त्यामुळे ईडीचा ससेमिरा मागे आहे, न्यायालयीन प्रक्रिया त्याच्यामध्ये चालू आहे. त्यामुळे जास्त कुठलाही सोशल मीडिया किंवा मीडियाच्या माध्यमातून समोर न जाता आपल्या माध्यमातून जेवढे जास्तीत जास्त लोकांसाठी काम करता येईल तेवढा प्रयत्न माझा आहे आणि त्याची
The BJP is denying any outreach to the Shiv Sena but has gone soft on its former ally.
आमच्यात शत्रुत्व नव्हतंच ना कधी. शत्रू थोडी आहोत आम्ही. आमचे वैचारिक मतभेद झाले कारण आमचा हात सोडून आमच्यासोबत निवडून आलेले आमचे मित्र आमचा हात सोडून ज्यांच्या विरुद्ध निवडून आले त्यांचा हात पकडून निघून गेले. त्याच्यामुळे मतभेद उभे झाले ना. ते काही धुऱ्याचा वाद थोडी आहे की म्हणजे सुधीर भाऊचा धुरा काही उद्धवजीच्या धुऱ्याला लागू नये आणि त्यांनी यांच्या धुऱ्यावर काही अतिक्रमण केलं असं नाही आहे.
The recent legislative council elections, all 3 parties of the Maha Vikas Aghadi contested together and won comfortably. Now this had sent warnings to the BJP that if all the 3 parties contest together in the 2024 elections, this would mean trouble for the Bharatiya Janata Party that has won 42 seats from Maharashtra in the 2019 Lok Sabha elections. Just like in the Shiv Sena, there is a section in the BJP that also believes that we should also go back to the tried and tested ally, Shiv Sena.
The series of statements by Thackeray, Sanjay Raut and Devendra Fadnavis have set the political corridors abuzz. Nearly 2 years after Thackeray broke ranks with the BJP, is Maharashtra going to witness a new act in the political drama that has seen many twists already? With Sahil Joshi and Kamlesh Sutar, Bureau Report, India Today.
Meanwhile, central agencies are turning the heat on NCP leaders. The latest being Ajit Pawar, who's now under the radar of the Enforcement Directorate. A sugar mill controlled by the Maharashtra Deputy CM and his wife has been attached, and Pawar and his wife have been linked to the Maharashtra State Cooperative Bank scam. This even as former Home Minister Anil Deshmukh continues to evade ED summons.
Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar is the latest NCP leader under the scanner of the Enforcement Directorate. On Thursday, Jarandeshwar Sugar Mill in Satara, controlled by Ajit Pawar and his wife Sunitra, was attached in connection with the Maharashtra State Cooperative Bank scam. Two of Pawar's associates have been arrested, and his son has been summoned to appear at the ED office in Mumbai on Tuesday. The summons to Ajit Pawar were considered a major move by ED, given that the case has been on the back burner. The ED claims the Jarandeshwar Sugar Mill was auctioned in 2010 for Rs 65.75 crores and allegedly at a much lower value than its original cost. A firm named Sparkling Soil Private Limited holds majority stake in Jarandeshwar Sugar Mills Private Limited and is linked directly to Ajit Pawar and his wife Sunitra Pawar. ED says Jarandeshwar Sugar Mills Private Limited is being run on lease by Rajendra Ghadge, who is Ajit Pawar's relative. Loans to the tune of 750 crores approximately were also allegedly sanctioned to the Jarandeshwar Sugar Mills in lieu of sugar worth 89 crores. Sources say the loan was sanctioned by 3 cooperative banks, of which one was the Pune District Cooperative Bank. Ajit Pawar is also a director in the Pune District Cooperative Bank, pointing to direct conflict of interest. Sources have told India Today that the Jarandeshwar Sugar Mill could just be the tip of the iceberg. The ED action, however, has sparked a political war of words. Ajit Pawar, known for speaking less, came out and presented his side in an hour-long press conference in Pune.
या जर अशा प्रकारचं व्हायला लागलं तर म्हणजे केंद्रातल्या सरकारच्या विरोधामध्ये जे पक्ष आहेत त्या सगळ्यांच्याच मागे ह्या गोष्टी सुरू होतील आणि लोकशाहीच अडचणीमध्ये येईल.
The BJP has countered Ajit Pawar's political vendetta charge. It was led by none other than Devendra Fadnavis, who took oath with Ajit Pawar for the shortest tenure of government in Maharashtra in November 2019.
महाराष्ट्र में सेंट्रल एजेंसीज जो भी इंक्वायरी कर रही है वो सारी की सारी इंक्वायरी ऑनरेबल हाई कोर्ट ऑफ बॉम्बे इन्होंने जो निर्णय दिए उस निर्णय के तहत ये इंक्वायरी चल रही है. ये कोई केंद्र सरकार ने लगाई हुई या किसी और ने लगाई हुई इंक्वायरी नहीं है.
Ajit Pawar is not the only NCP leader on the radar of central agencies. Former Home Minister of Maharashtra is also facing the ED heat in the Parambir Singh Sachin Vaze case. His residences in Nagpur and Mumbai have been searched. An ED claims that Sachin Vaze had collected 4.70 crore rupees from Mumbai bar owners and handed it over to Deshmukh. The former Maharashtra Home Minister then allegedly laundered that money through Hawala operators using shell companies in Delhi. 4.18 crores was diverted to Shri Sai Shikshan Sanstha Trust, which is run by Deshmukh and his family members in Nagpur. ED has already arrested 2 personal assistants of Deshmukh. Anil Deshmukh himself has been summoned 3 times. He is yet to appear before the investigating agency. Bureau Report, India Today.
So are the BJP and the Shiv Sena likely to come together, or is the Shiv Sena just playing a double game, flirting with the BJP to keep its own allies in check so that they don't start flexing their muscles? And how much impact would there be because of all the investigative agencies that are probing different Aghadi leaders? This is the big buzz in Mumbai and across Maharashtra and it has national political ramifications. And to talk about it, I'm joined on this broadcast by the Shiv Sena, by its MP, Rajya Sabha, a member of parliament, spokesperson Priyanka Chaturvedi, her one-time ally, now foe, potential ally in the future. Shaina NC represents the BJP. With us for perspective, our crack team of political editors who've been tracking the story. Sahil Joshi heads up our political coverage in Mumbai. Rahul Srivastav is our national affairs editor. Kiran Tare is a senior editor at India Today magazine. I want to go first to Priyanka Chaturvedi and get her sense of whether she thinks of Shaina as a friend, a foe, a frenemy, a potential friend in the future. How are you viewing, Priyanka, this equation between the Shiv Sena and the BJP at this moment? Welcome.
Thank you so much for inviting me on your show. It's very rarely that I join your shows these days. And whenever it has to do with Shiv Sena, I thought this is an important debate which I need to be a part of. Firstly, you started off by saying this is a double game by Shiv Sena. Shiv Sena doesn't believe in playing games. Shiv Sena has been very clear and upfront about its agenda, whether it was with the Bharatiya Janata Party for 25 years or whether it is with Mahavikas Aghadi, and by the way, which we will complete for 5 years, the next 15 years, maybe 25 years as Mahavikas Aghadi. Secondly, how do I look at Shaina? Shaina is a very dear friend of mine. Mine is her party alliance and mine is my party alliance. Now, with regards to the Bharatiya Janata Party, you don't make enemies overnight. We have been in alliance with the Bharatiya Janata Party for 25 years. We've had a bad experience with them in the 2014 election, 2019 election. And here we are running a successful government in where three parties have come together to serve the people of Maharashtra. We enjoy the confidence of the people of Maharashtra. Chief Minister of Maharashtra is one of the most popular chief ministers, not just of Maharashtra, but across the country right now. And for television channels to continue to, come up with these debates every second or third day since past 18 months of this alliance, I find it not just funny, but I also feel that it is driven by some kind of political agenda of television news channels, as well as the double game that Bharatiya Janata Party is used to playing to create political conspiracies when none exist.
Okay, the outspoken Priyanka Chaturvedi calling this a conspiracy. She's saying she's firmly with the Maha Aghadi government, which she thinks will last for 25 years to come. So Shaina, then let me reverse that question and ask you, is Priyanka a potential friend, not in a personal but in a political context? What do you make of Devendra Fadnavis, whose mind you know well and who you spend time with, say that, we're not traditional enemies. We were in alliance. The Shiv Sena walked out of the alliance, but it's not like a long-standing traditional war. There is seeming to be a public rapprochement as far as statements are concerned, and behind the scenes as well, and we'll focus on that in just a moment. A lot seems to be happening. What's going on?
What is wrong with what Mr. Devendra Fadnavis has said? He has said that yes, we have had an association with the Shiv Sena for 25 years. There's no question that we are enemies, and as far as my friend Priyanka goes, clearly she's entitled to view her viewpoint from her party's point of view, and I'm entitled to view ours. And as our ex-chief minister, and who I believe has been the most popular chief minister Maharashtra has ever seen, Devendra Fadnavis, he said clearly that the decisions are taken according to prevailing circumstances. Now, in a current scenario where you have three parties with no commonality of any agenda, no ideology which is common to the people of Maharashtra, and only one common alliance which is based on the lust for power, I'm sure that in the days to come, the amount of corruption that one has seen, and Mr. Ajit Pawar obviously is embroiled in this sugar cooperative scam. You have Nana Patole of the Congress, which is the smallest stakeholder, also making his own comments. Then you have Sanjay Raut saying that, our relationship, we are not like India-Pakistan, but we are like Amir Khan and Kiran Rao. So I don't know who wants to make of it. Let the politicians focus on which is posturing. Let the journalists analyze what they're best at, which is analyzing a situation, and let us continue to do what we are best at, which is work. And as our Prime Minister always
No, what
says,
are you working on right now? Are you working on trying to break the MBA government?
Look.
Shaina, what is it that you're working on?
Naturally. Rahul, we will not need to, because it will happen naturally. Do understand that when you have three parties where there is a conflict of interest every single day, and look at the statements. If you just highlight them and if you bring them out, you will see.
No, but
what
that's
Mr.
a
Sanjay
funny
Raut has
thing.
said,
You
what-
know, it's like
what
Mia
NCP
Bibi
has
Razi, but
said,
kya
what-
karega Qazi? BJP playing the role of the Qazi. Priyanka says she's doing fine with the Congress and the NCP. You're
No,
saying, no,
firstly,
Priyanka,
we
actually
didn't
you
break
aren't doing
the
fine, you're
alliance.
having a big fight. She says, no, I'm doing
1
fine.
minute. Rahul, we didn't break the alliance. Go back to 2019, find out what was the scenario. The Bharatiya Janata Party and the Shiv Sena fought together. We are the single largest party, and they chose to align with the NCP and Congress for reasons best known
Yeah.
to them. If
Yes.
this is a rickety alliance, and if this alliance is to break, anything is possible. And in due course, look at the kind of corruption in the police force, in the system. When you look at the exposés on the Deputy Chief Minister, obviously there are questions which are being raised. But
So
rather than
basically
being
what you're saying
speculated,
but not
we are
saying is
focusing on our
that
work.
there are multiple charges against key ministers from the NCP and the Congress. Those ministers will be in trouble. It will become embarrassing for the Shiv Sena to continue in light of the charges, potential arrest, and therefore the Shiv Sena is likely to come back to the BJP. That's what your friend China NC is angling towards, Priyanka.
So what she's clearly saying and making a case for is that all central agencies will continue to try and destabilize a well-run government because the Bharatiya Janata Party is the single largest party and it's out of power. So they will use all central agencies to continue to hound a government which is concentrating on pandemic, but they will concentrate on their politics. Very clearly has been expressed by the spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party.
No,
And that
I'm not
exactly
saying that.
is what we have been saying, that you all have been using all forces that are with the central government to continue to harm those governments which are non-BJP. You're doing that in West Bengal, you're doing that in Maharashtra, you're doing it in other states where BJP is not in power. So even if they try this and they continue to make the statements, they're trying to create confusion, there is no confusion. Today, 12 of their MLAs got suspended for a year for abusing the speaker. And this is how they've been behaving. When they do
Is
not
that
get their
not-
way, they
is that
abuse.
not
They,
exerting-
one second, allow
is
ma'am,
that
I
not
did not speak when you were talking.
Is
Allow
that
me to
not
complete.
Shaina,
Ma'am,
let her
allow me
complete.
to complete.
Shaina, be fair. Let
Ma'am,
Priyanka complete, please.
I don't interrupt. I request you not to interrupt.
Finish.
So when their MLAs do not get their way, they get violent, they abuse, and when everything goes out of their hand, they go running to the governor. Then the governor starts letter writing, and then if that also doesn't work, they run to the central government, and the central government uses their agencies to create a
Okay,
problem.
so you're saying that they're
deputy
using investigative
deputy
agencies
chief minister
to put
has
pressure
gone
on the
through
alliance government.
various trials of the ED, CBI, etc., and nothing has come off it. But what will come off one particular probe is the Jal Shivir Abhiyan that was started by the former chief minister Devendra Fadnavis, which is something that is going to be probed by the MVA government.
Okay, Shaina, the charge against you is you're using investigative agencies to put pressure on the Shiv Sena to break away from the NCP and the Congress.
So we
That's the
don't
assumption.
we don't need to exert any pressure. Please just let's rewind and go back in time and just look at all the various statements that have come out in a Sachin Vaze case, which obviously has caused enough embarrassment to this government. If you want to actually get into a competition of who's doing what, 12 MLAs are suspended. For what reason, Rahul? Please understand that today what happened is unprecedented, where you say that, this is bad behavior and 12 BJP MLAs need to be suspended. If you look at this entire political controversy currently brewing, I think it's only the tip of the iceberg because the corruption is so deeply embedded. Whether it is an Ajit Pawar and the sugar cooperative scam, or whether it is a home minister who was actually extorting and taking money like a great gangster, with the whole administration collaborating. And you're saying that this is not reason enough.
Okay,
And you
pause
think
that.
we keep going
We've
to the
spoken to
governor.
leaders
Why?
of the two political parties.
If you
It's
have
very
a
clear
team
the Shiv
table-
Sena spokesperson hopes to continue at this moment, at least publicly, with the Congress and the NCP. The BJP spokesperson is hoping that there will be an Amir Khan, Kiran Rao kind of divorce. But let's keep their personal lives out of it. Let's not drag the stars into it because that's not fair. But I want to go across to Sahil Joshi first. as far as Priyanka is concerned, we are wasting our time. We shouldn't be doing the story in any case. We should be spending our time on the news track doing something else. Then why are we here, Sahil?
Pandemic, perhaps. Pandemic? No, you are not here for that. You're not here to cover one of India's biggest tragedy, the second wave.
I hope you've been. I know that you watch our coverage very closely,
you must be watching. No,
and that you know
very
how much of the
closely, and
pandemic we've done. Priyanka, you said just a few minutes ago that you don't want China to interrupt and that you wanted her to conclude.
I was responding to you. I was responding to you as the anchor, boss. I think I can do that. I wasn't interrupting Sahil. I was interrupting something you said. That is it.
Okay, so when Sahil speaks, then you won't speak. Okay, fine.
No,
Sahil,
I won't.
why are we here?
As an anchor, I think I can tell you.
Is there actually dal mein kala and something fishy going on in Maharashtra? Everybody should sit back and have their vada pav and not worry about this.
You know, first of all, let me just bring in some facts right now. How this discussion started. You know, all this discussion started after, I will call it alleged meeting, because NCP completely denied that any of such meeting ever happened between Sharad Pawar and Amit Shah in Ahmedabad. But Amit Shah's statement after the meeting, you must have heard, you also asked him the same question, and what he said is that there are certain things which should not be discussed in the public. And since then, all these rumors have started coming in.
No, but that meeting did happen.
After that,
the fact that this meeting happened, I know on very good sources, absolutely is true.
Correct.
The fact that Amit Shah did meet with Sharad Pawar is a fact.
Correct. So after that, all these discussions started, and after that, what we see is that Prime Minister Narendra Modi, of course, it was a delegation led by Maharashtra Chief Minister Ajit Pawar and Ashok Chavan also accompanied him, but there was a 40-minute one-on-one meeting with the Chief Minister and Prime Minister. To look at it, we will not say that the Prime Minister and the Chief Minister shouldn't meet, but have we seen Prime Minister meeting a Chief Minister from a state like Maharashtra for 40 minutes? And since then, all these discussions started taking place in the Maharashtra politics. Now, what
the Prime
people are
Minister
looking
does
at
meet
it
Chief
in a way...
Ministers. No, one second, if that's the ask,
right.
The Prime Minister does tend to meet Chief Ministers pretty frequently.
Of course, that's not the point. The point is that he met him 40 minutes and that was a one-on-one meeting. What actually started after that is that the Chief Minister made a comment that we have a good rapport. It seemed that he wanted to send a message that it's not only Mr. Pawar who can meet Amit Shah and can keep a good rapport with the BJP top brass, but it is also the Shiv Sena chief who can meet Prime Minister Modi and can have a good rapport at the same time. After that, the series of events, Shiv Sena's own MLA Pratap Sarnaik, who is facing an ED inquiry in 2 cases, wrote a letter to the Chief Minister and saying that this particular alliance is an uneasy alliance. The Congress and NCP is getting benefited out of it, but the Shiv Sena MLAs are saying that it's not benefiting Shiv Sena at all. What the Shiv Sena chief should be doing, he requested that should be having an alliance with the BJP so that the central agencies
You have something to say about that, Priyanka Chaturvedi, this letter by one of your own MLAs, Pratap Sarnaik, where he's urging the party chief to forge an alliance with the BJP and act against party leaders. So, you know, he's on your side still, isn't he?
So, yes, let me now, can I talk?
Yeah, go on.
Yes. As a member, elected MLA from Maharashtra, yes, he wrote a letter. Do you know his back history? Do you know what's been happening with him? How ED, CBI and everyone has gotten after him and after his case? Everybody knows that. I mean, maybe you should talk to Sahil more often. You would get more on-ground stories that are going on in Maharashtra. So yes, he writes the letter. He writes a letter, he expresses his opinion because he's under undue pressure coming from the central agencies. So this is something which has been happening across most of the MLAs of MVA Mahavikas Aghadi. What has been started, the ED probe that they are talking about against the Deputy Chief Minister, is this a new case? No, it's not a new case. It is something that they keep bringing up again and again and again to start sowing doubts in the minds of the people. So he has written a letter, it's out in the open. It does not mean that we will go by whatever his opinion is. So that's point one. Point two is you said, you know it for a fact that Sharad Pawarji met Amit Shah. It's exactly the confidence that you use to speak about Adar Poonawalla too. That Shiv Sena goons were trying and saying something to Adar Poonawalla.
He did turn out to be a member of the MVA. One second, the person who issued the threat was a member of the MVA. Let that absolutely not be in contest.
Member of an MVA or not an MVA. You dragged my party into it with the same confidence with which you're talking about Amit Shah meeting with Sharad Pawarji, which Sharad Pawarji
So you're saying the meeting didn't happen. Are you saying that the meeting didn't happen?
categorically denied. Sharad Pawarji has categorically denied it, and I'd rather choose what he is saying and a person who's being dragged into this controversy. Then second, you spoke about, Sahil spoke about, oh, he met for 40 minutes. He met the chief minister for 40 minutes. I can't help it. If Devendra Fadnavis could not hold a conversation for more than 20 minutes with the chief minister, when the former chief minister could not have it with the prime minister, and if the current chief minister is holding a meeting for 40 minutes with the prime minister, perhaps the prime minister wants to understand what is happening in Maharashtra in terms of pandemic response, in terms of various other issues.
It's very clear,
and maybe
Shaina.
about the Maratha reservations,
Shaina, it's very clear from Priyanka's tone and tenor on the political Facebook wall. She's not sending you a friend request tonight. That's very clear.
already friends.
That's fine. The people of Maharashtra send us that Facebook request, and that's what matters. You talk about Pratap Sarnaik. Forget him. How many people in Indian parties of the Shiv Sena, the NCP and the Congress are also echoing this similar sentiment, saying that they're so enamored by the good work and the handling of the center of the pandemic, be it Prime Minister Modi's endeavor or be it the work that is happening on ground, which is now at almost completion, whether it's infrastructure projects that were started by us, the Mumbai Metro, etc., etc. But look at just go back in time. BJP won 105 seats in the Maharashtra Assembly, the results of which were announced on October 24th. The Shiv Sena, which was an alliance then, won only 56 seats, despite having enough seats to form the government together. What happens? You have this Hindutva being thrown into the dustbin, suddenly selectively being brought up. The members of their own party have been echoing that they wanted to have a strong government.
So hold that thought. Rahul Srivastava, what's happening at the center? There is talk about a cabinet reshuffle happening this week. There was also some theory that maybe there will be some Shiv Sena members who will join the cabinet, and that was a hope that the BJP was working on. It's very clear after the fact that a dozen MLAs were acted against in the Maharashtra Assembly. Both wouldn't be happening if something like this was indeed on the cards. What's the sense that you're picking up in the capital, Rahul Srivastava?
Rahul, if you look at Maharashtra, I think what is Maharashtra going through is the Uttar Pradeshization of Maharashtra. 4 different players, neither friends nor enemies. 3 of them are together, frenemies. Now BJP, and all of them are actually ready to two-time each other. Now if you see, the BJP at the center realizes that this coalition has contradictions. It wants to continuously keep playing at the mind and politically to create fissures. Why? Because one, it knows that within the Shiv Sena there are MLAs who won with the help of the BJP, and a Congress alliance is not tenable for them. Second, there are contradictions, and also the cases which are being through ED and others make it untenable for the Shiv Sena to be with other players, and in that it wants to have its own say, because it knows, as Sahil said, in 2024 the BJP needs Shiv Sena because it got them 41 seats last time around, and that is why the idea is to continuously keep chipping it away. But the problem is, both Shiv Sena and the BJP wants to remain the senior player. In the 90s, Shiv Sena was a bigger player, and the BJP got the toehold 122 in 14, and 2019 they got 105. That superiority, seniority over the Shiv Sena, the BJP does not want to let go. The Shiv Sena also does not want to become a junior ally to the BJP. And in that scenario, the BJP will continue keep trying. The Shiv Sena will try to create a situation in which it will say that we are not closing doors to the BJP, but will continue dealing with the others so that the BJP will get frustrated and come down to its own terms. And that is why, if you see what has happened, as you rightly said, 12 MLAs shunted out, suspended, because there is a speaker's election going to happen, because the alliance wants to have its own speaker. It's going to be very critical in the coming days.
So you're saying everyone's gaming everyone.
The sense for the BJP in Delhi is that it is continues to attempt to keep it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kiran Tare, I'm seeing this piece about.
One point to what.
Just 1 second, Shine. I'm coming back to him. Seeing this piece about a supposed formula between the BJP and the Shiv Sena, where the current chief minister continues till he finishes 2.5 years in power. Then the BJP takes over. Some Sena MPs may get a berth in the cabinet. while all these formula have been doing the round, they're clearly not coming from Priyanka Chaturvedi, who's denying all of this outright. So what are you picking up, Kiran?
Yeah, obviously I can see that Mr. Uddhav Thackeray is in two minds. He's clearly in two minds. His heart says it's BJP, but his brain says it's NCP. Wow. The reason is he wants to go with the BJP because of his ideologies, similar ideologies, but he doesn't want to break with the NCP because of some practical reasons. Now what BJP wants, as we are discussing, BJP wants his 42 seats back in 2024. That is not going to happen without the support of Shiv Sena at this moment. If Maharashtra Vikas Aghadi remains intact, if all the three parties are going to contest together, that will be a very hard situation for BJP. On the contrary, what Shiv Sena is thinking, what Mr. Uddhav Thackeray particularly is thinking, that if he is working under the pressure of NCP and Congress, especially the NCP, whenever Mr. Sharad Pawar goes and meet Uddhav Thackeray, there is some kind of pressure from NCP on Uddhav Thackeray, and Uddhav Thackeray is quite reluctant to accept the NCP's demands. So he wants to break out of this alliance, the Maharashtra Vikas Aghadi. Whether Ms. Chaturvedi accepts it or not, but definitely Uddhav Thackeray is in two minds. He wants to go with the BJP. They are discussing the practical solution. What could be the honorable exit? This honorable exit could be, as we are discussing here in Mumbai, that Shiv Sena will be allowed to continue for 2.5 years if they go with the BJP. Uddhav Thackeray will remain the chief minister for some time. After that, the power will be shifted to BJP. Of course, there will be a say. Shiv Sena will have some say in deciding who the BJP chief minister candidate will be. But these are all speculations.
So is Devendra Fadnavis's candidature a big no-no?
Mr. Rahul said.
No, 1 second. Is Devendra Fadnavis's candidature, Sahil Joshi, a big no-no? There's talk that the Sena wants Fadnavis to be given a suitable position at the center, and they'd be more amenable to working with somebody else who they think is not as problematic to work with as Devendra Fadnavis?
Obviously, I mean, the whole thing started with the issue of the chief ministership. The two...
Sahil.
No, of course. See, the point is that the whole issue started between Shiv Sena and the BJP on the issue of the chief ministership. Now, whatever the proposal comes in, the chief ministership is going to be the key. Now, we have to understand one thing. In the MVA setup, the Shiv Sena has been given the responsibility of the chief ministership for 5 years. You know, there is a group in Shiv Sena who thinks that it is not going to be possible with the BJP. They have had their experience with the BJP since 2014 to 2019 when the role reversal had happened. The BJP had become a big brother. The Shiv Sena had lesser numbers, and how the BJP treated them. That is how we saw that this alliance broke. That is how we saw that every day there was an editorial in Samna during the Devendra Fadnavis' chief ministership, and they tried to say, the editorial tried to say all the time that how BJP is ill-treating Shiv Sena, its partner, and how BJP has ill-treated even Akali Dal. So these are the two minds what Uddhav Thackeray is working on at this point of time. There is a group in BJP. In fact, what I've heard is that even NCP leaders have tried to explain it to the Shiv Sena leaders that what has happened with Nitish Kumar, it may happen with you as well. So, so obviously it's not going to be an easy decision. What happens in 2024 is nobody wants to open their cards. Sharad Pawar, you know, during a speech, clearly made a point that in 2024, all these three parties should come together and contest against BJP. There is no response from Shiv Sena on that proposal yet. The Shiv Sena is not ready to make a full-time commitment at this point of time, or long-term commitment at this point of time. I'm hearing Priyanka Chaturvedi making it very clear that this government is going to be 5 years, and of course for 10 years, 15 years and 25 years. Even Sanjay Raut had said similar things. But we haven't heard it from Uddhav Thackeray or anybody else till now what Sharad Pawar has put forward, that in 2024 all the three parties should be contesting
together. So would
together.
the parties be willing,
all the points.
Priyanka Chaturvedi, in conclusion, to fight the 2024 elections? A lot of what's happening seems to be with an eye on the 2024 general elections. Would your party be willing to fight with the Congress and the NCP on the same ticket?
You know, right now our party is concentrating on only one thing. And Chief Minister is concentrating on only one thing. That's why maybe Sahil hasn't heard him talk about anything else. And Kiran Tareji is coming up with some conjectures. And that is the pandemic. Maharashtra has faced a high caseload, and our Chief Minister is concentrating on working to ensure that Maharashtra is safe in case there's a third wave. And if there is a third wave, we have to ensure we are vaccinating our people. That's what he is concentrating on, while the rest can continue with their politics.
Rahul Srivastav, last question. What happens with the cabinet reshuffle? What's the information at this morning? There's a lot of talk of how there will be a reshuffle this week.
I just make one
How certain are we that there
Rahul,
will be a reshuffle? Usko nahi karna hai. You know, you're constantly saying, come back to us, come back to us. They don't want to come back to you. That's the message she's sending you. She doesn't want to be with the
I'm
BJP.
not bothered about that. Can I say something?
What do you want to say,
If at
Shaina?
all
Go on.
they should introspect in the 2019 Lok Sabha and Vidhan Sabha, how they flaunted Modi ji, Modi ji, Modi ji, one on his
And
name.
I want to
now you're
respond to
saying,
this.
We need them to win. Please get real. And do understand.
Can I
It
just
does
say
make your life. No, one second.
Maharashtra,
Shaina, on a serious
how is
note,
Congress, NCP
given
and
how
Shivsena
entrenched the
going to
NCP,
divide
the Congress are, if they
I
fight
would need
together,
to
your life
respond
is
to this,
tough.
We will win
Rahul,
on our own.
I
We
can't
don't
let
need
this
it.
go,
This
please.
government is going to fall either way.
I want to say something before.
And you
no,
talked
no, I
about
wouldn't-
Madhya Pradesh. Madhya Pradesh,
Again,
the Congress
can I-
MLA that came with 22 MLAs. Likewise, we've seen in other states too what has happened. It is the own MLAs who are so unhappy with their individual parties, and we don't need
Can
a
I-
certificate for Devendra Fadnavis as the most popular mass leader
Okay,
on ground.
Priyanka, final words very
No,
quickly. I'm out of time.
Just two things. It's high time BJP got real in Maharashtra. I will not get into the thing that she said they threw Hindutva in the dustbin. You know what you've thrown in the dustbin is ethics and your responsibility in coming up with a Ram Mandir, which was pure in intent and pure in construction. Please get
And that
yourself
is what we've
also,
delivered on.
get that investigated before
We have
you
delivered
launch an
on.
attack on our Hindutva and our credentials. I would
Very
request you
collective,
as a
very
BJP
conveniently
spokesperson
lust
to
for power.
first ensure that you all stop your hypocrisy and stop fooling the people of this nation on the name of Hindutva.
Okay, so now not just will you not
Something
get a
that
friend
lasts
request, you may be
forever.
blocked as well. Shaina NC, be careful where you go, you may be blocked as well. Treated as a troll and asked to vanish.
The friend request. We don't need anybody else's certification.
Okay, Sahil, one second. Rahul Srivastav, in conclusion, when is this reshuffle happening? What do we know at this moment?
Rahul, a statutory warning on anything to do with the cabinet reshuffle and Prime Minister being Prime Minister. What we are told that starting 7th morning, anytime it can happen. That's one window of opportunity, what was under discussion. And the next one is post-August 15 address of the Prime Minister from the rampart of the Red Fort. These are the two broad hints which have come to us. A broad list. 22 odd changes are likely to be brought in. There are going to be new inductions. There is going to be rejig in terms of distribution of portfolios being rejigged, and of course, LIs being adjusted.
Well, as of now, I know there are many ministerial hopefuls who are glued to their phones. What's irking them is that others are calling and asking them, phone aaya, and they're having to say, ki nahi, abhi to koi phone nahi aaya, and they don't even know whether there's a phone coming or not. But they're being very nonchalant about it, which, as you can well imagine, is absolutely not true. This is just what would happen in any corporate setup before the appraisal letters were to go out. It's a tough, tricky moment for those who are hoping to be Mantrijis in the days to come. Thank you very much, Priyanka Chaturvedi, Shaina NC, for joining us on this broadcast. Clearly, no love lost at this moment, but then, you know, we've seen it in the past. They say something on camera one day and then things could change later. Whether that happens or not at this moment, we don't know. Kiran Tare, Sahil Joshi, Rahul Srivastav. Thank you. Rahul Srivastav and his team will have a tough week ahead as these maneuverings continue towards the cabinet reshuffle. But what we'll try and do, there's a lot that we know, but you know, given the way things are and you can't, till the time you're 100% certain, there's no point putting out names and suggesting who's getting what, but all that buzz is currently on, a lot of activity underway, but we're being responsible, as careful and calibrated as we can, and we will put out on air only after it's reasonably well established, and even then, you know, there may be the chance of the odd googly, but we'll try and bat with as much of a straight bat as we can. Thank you for tuning in. I have more for you on the other side of a quick break. RSS Chief Mohan Bhagwat says the DNA of all Indians is the same and that Muslims should not get trapped in the cycle